Recently, I moved from London all the way back to my hometown near Nottingham. And doing so meant moving the entire warehouse and the entire stock for PokeRand up here as well. And being as I am now so close to my hometown, my mum brought me loads of stuff from my childhood. I had Jackie Chan cards, Dragon Ball Z, Bionicle toys. Honestly, it's absolutely insane. And while I was checking out my old school corner in the warehouse, I found this box right here. As you can see, it's a deck box. And it has like some interesting cards inside, including some really special, like quite rare cards in pretty good condition as well. So I thought, how cool would it be to do a video where I go through some of these cards and show you guys what I get. But then I thought, I've got a very special friend, Joe from Omnipoke, who is not only one of the best TCG players around, he's also an official commentator for the Pokemon live stream event. But it doesn't stop there. He's also won events before. He's a literal Pokemon champion. And better yet, he's been playing since the very start at a high level as well. So I thought, who better to ask to join me in this video other than Joe from Omnipoke? So in this video today, I'm going to get him to brutally analyze, rate, and dissect my Pokemon deck from literally 2003. So like 20 years ago. I was saying I was 10 years old. I might have been younger. 9 or 10. 9 or 10. 8, 9 or 10. Am I nearly 30? Oh god, that's a sad thought. But anyway, let's meet Joe and see what he thinks of this. All right, guys, here we are. We've got Joe from Omnipoke. How are you doing?
Yeah, I'm really good. Thanks for having me on.
No worries. It's good to talk to you again. It's been a long time since we've seen each other, but we've done a few videos now. We did a podcast together as well, right?
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. Well, anyway, I've got this deck right here. So I was going through. Recently, I moved from London to Nottingham, and we moved the warehouse as well for all the store stuff. So my mum took all of my old cards and all my old collections there. Obviously, I'd already taken the Pokemon stuff out of there, like the actual, the binders and stuff. But she had like Jackie Chan TCG. I don't know if you ever played that.
No.
I had like Bionicle like toys and loads of stuff, Dragon Ball Z cards. And then I found this deck box just like sat there, and I was like, oh cool, this must be ones that I used to play in the leagues and stuff, or in my local Pokemon club. Let's check it out. And there are some cards in here that are just unreal, but I have no idea about the deck itself. And I was probably around 10 years old when I did this deck. So I wanted to see what you think of it. Whether it's good, bad, or whether it just literally is not even an actual deck. If it's just a load of crap. So feel free to be very brutal. Like I said, I was 10 years old. So if you want to call me an idiot child, you can do that. I won't.
I mean, it was the Wild West back in the WotC era. So yeah. I feel like any random amalgamation could still be pretty playable.
True. Well, first of all, these sleeves take me back, Like, these are the sleeves that I obviously used when I was younger. But, like, I don't know, I just love these. Like, just so shiny. I had these and I had some gold ones for Yu-Gi-Oh, man. So, nice. We've got Bill. This is a good card, right? Back in the day.
Yeah, this is an excellent trainer card. Just getting to cycle is phenomenal. And it was kind of the cornerstone of a lot of the base set decks, just because it's free card draw.
This would be broken now, right?
Yep. This would be 100% played in every deck right now.
Yeah, because you could just also search this, right? Would this be a supporter nowadays?
So there weren't any supporters at the beginning of base set. They weren't introduced until the E-Series. So this would be an item card. So you could use 4 of these on the same turn, theoretically.
Unreal. All right, so let's see what else we've got. We've got Potion, just standard. These are base set 2. You can see how I was like, oh, let me keep my base set intact and I'll put base set 2 in. You wouldn't use this many potions these days, right? You just choose one. And search for it.
Actually, these potions were really helpful back in the day because damage was like so low back in the day that this was actually really impactful. This was essentially like buying back a turn from the opponent in a lot of situations, so they were very helpful.
Just heal your entire Pokemon.
Gust of Wind is probably the strongest card of all time, I think.
Choose one of your opponent's bench Pokemon and switch it with... Wow, okay.
Yeah, so this is essentially a supporter effect and has been for like a decade, but this was an item effect. So you can just do this at any point.
This is Boss's Orders now, right?
This is Boss's Orders, exactly.
Oh, goodness me. We've got Elm here. That's just Professor's Research.
Not quite, because you're not allowed to play trainer cards that turn, so you can only like evolve and attach energy, but this was still very good because again these are treated as item cards essentially.
Super Rod.
Yeah, Pokemon recovery, always important in every format.
So far this just looks like a normal deck from back in the day, right? It looks pretty good so far.
This is doing really well. Like, I'm already seeing a lot more traders than I was expecting. I was expecting just like a mash full of Pokemon, to be honest.
Well, I think when I was young, I was pretty good relative to my age, at least at the Pokemon Club, because back in the day, everyone would just care about like, well, you'll see, I got some shinies in here, but I think we used to do like, mate, it was so weird. We used to do Beyblade tournaments as well, and I would just win all the time because I would just literally like sharpen my Beyblades. And the prizes was like, if you win the Beyblade tournament, you just win like a fire red, leaf green booster box, which obviously nowadays is mental.
Jeez.
But back then it's just the regular box. But yeah, energy retrieval. I got a reverse holo here. Look at this. This is now going into what is that? That's that.
That's Ruby Sapphire base, isn't it? Oh no, is that EX Dragon? EX Dragon, perhaps?
Yeah, I'm random for it just to be in there. Switch is still around to this day, right?
Switch is an essential card. It's been in every format in the Pokemon TCG. It's still very playable.
So because this exists in the current format rotation, I could use this version, couldn't I, in my deck?
Yep, you could use that exact card today.
That's so sick. We've got a bunch of energy, so now it starts to reveal what type this is. So we've got some Psychic.
Yeah.
Psychic back in the day was pretty good, right? I remember my brother used to be, right? Because the way my Pokemon Club worked is there were gym leaders, and you used to have, like, you used to have to work your way up through all the gym leaders before you fought the champion. And he was Sabrina's. He was psychic type, and I think he got kicked out for something. I don't know what he did, but I think he cheated or something. But yeah, so we got some just regular energies here, psychic. Got some first editions here. Look at that. Wow, nice. Wow. And again, these are still playable now, right? I could choose this to be my psychic. Why do I have so many? What's going on?
Well, actually, you'll be surprised at how important energy were back in this format, because the format was so slow and damage was like so low that you needed, like, games could last like easily like 10-15 turns, and you're basically not allowed to lose an energy attachment. So it's actually really important. You might be a little high with that stack of energy, but they were actually, like, ratio wise really necessary.
Nice. Okay, I got some double colors as well. They were always, well, still are. These are sick, right?
Yeah, depends on what attackers you're using, but these are normally really strong cards.
Yeah. Now we've got our first Pokemon here. We've got a Jigglypuff.
Okay, this is actually looking really good. I'm not
really
just trying to, like, buff you up here, because if you have some Wigglytuffs in here, that is actually one of the strongest attackers in the early format of Pokemon.
Okay, I can't remember if I do. I mean, maybe back then I was just like, someone built this for me, you know, probably. Yeah. I was like, oh, build me a sick deck. We got Dratini.
All right, so no Wigglies just yet, just your Jigglypuffs.
No.
Okay, different Dratinis, yeah.
Dragonair, was Dragonair any good?
It was okay. I mean, it had to flip coins, so not too reliable.
Yeah, far-fetched. I have a Chansey.
Chansey is an extremely playable card. It actually got way better when Special Metal Energy was printed.
Okay.
Because Special Metal reduced the damage you did to yourself, and Chansey does really a huge amount of damage back to itself. It does 80 to itself, which is just like a lot. But if you can use special metals, then this becomes like one of the tankiest Pokemon in the game. This is the same sort of hit points as Charizard. So on a basic Pokemon, it's actually very strong.
True. That is crazy though. Like without the metal energy, it was just 80 to itself and just...
Yeah, it's a massive drawback, right?
2 turns, you're just gone. I have 2 of these. And obviously me is like a, you know, I like collecting cards. I was just going through this deck and I was like, oh wow, I got 2, like, and these are, I mean, I think they're pretty good as well, like condition.
So Chansey's in a theme deck in base 2, so you may have got these from theme decks back in the day.
Maybe I did. I was just basic. Look at that print line. I don't know if you
can see a print line,
Yeah.
These were plagued by the theme decks, honestly. If it's even in any good condition, you've done well, because the theme decks normally kill these cards.
Yeah, that's fair enough. All right, so we had 2 of those.
This is looking good. You had a lot of double colorless energy, so this is very strong. Kangaskhan is also really helpful, because it's just early game card draw is actually massive, and there's a lot of sort of degenerate combos in the early stages of the Pokemon TCG that basically just like have ways to remove your hand with a ton of trainer cards being used all in one turn. So Kangaskhan giving you access to just getting back into the game was really important, and this had really high hit points as well. Yeah, for sure. I always hated the green glow on this card. It's just like so annoying, and I don't know if you can't. It was definitely meant to be a holo, right? The non-holo version just is so sad.
It's awful. Yeah. And you probably can't see it on Discord either, but look at the pixelation of the background.
I can see it through Discord.
So bad. That's so bad. Got Tauros. I mean, I'm waiting for his Wigglytuff because I feel like you're gonna be way more impressed if the Wigglytuff is in there.
I was very impressed by the Jiggly, but it's fine. I've lowered my standards now.
Yeah, nice. It's got Snorlax. I feel like I could put any colorless Pokemon in my deck at this point.
This is very good though. This is coherent.
Nice.
And you had a lot of double colorless energy. These are a lot of big basics, and that was basically how the format ran in the opening few sets.
Do you reckon I should have swapped a few psychics out and put some more double colorless in?
If you had access to more, they would have been great. Yeah.
Here's a curveball. I feel like.
Oh, baby. This is a huge card.
Really?
So we've jumped the era a little bit, but Gardevoir EX was one of the most playable cards in the Ruby Sapphire era.
Okay, I think I got help. I got help then with this deck. I think when I was young, I must have known a bit what I was doing. I probably 10-year-old me could beat me now, I reckon. I reckon he would. Would this have been in rotation? Because this is a massive span of years, right? But I don't know how it was like back then.
So it's unlikely that you could have played all these cards together, to be honest with you. Jumping into the Ruby Sapphire era was probably alongside e-reader sets only from the Wizards of the Coast era. So you couldn't actually be allowed to play all the same cards in this deck, but again, it was a Wild West back then.
I'm now almost certain there's no Wigglytuff, because I feel like we've now moved
it's fine.
onto Ghastly.
Okay. I'm hoping we see some rolls, otherwise you've got a flex.
True, I do. Yeah. Got Haunter. Oh, nice.
This isn't a bad card. A very frustrating Pokemon power on it.
What does it do? Whenever an attack does anything to Haunter, flip a coin. If heads, prevent all attacks. Sometimes
you just get away with not getting hit, essentially.
I love how back in the day they're just like, our ghost Pokemon. It's just like, okay, you just can't hit it.
Yeah, can't touch me.
Yeah.
Easy.
Another Haunter. Why'd they make that a holo? It's really weird, right? Just Haunter's a holo.
Because Gengar's same rarity in that set as well.
Yeah. Well, there we go. That's battered. That is battered, by the way. That is absolutely, yeah. I mean, see this in the corner. Yeah. And my mum wouldn't let me, because she used to like do the folders with me, the binders, and she would very rarely let me like put any good cards into decks. So I'd have to like trade them. I'd have to have a duplicate before I could use it, which I thought was really unfair at the time. But like in the later years, I thanked her because I got better grades, you know. Just Abra now. No.
If you have Alakazam, that would be great. That's another great base set card.
Spoiler, I don't know if I do. Well, I mean, I surely have to have Alakazam, right? Let's see. I have a Wobbuffet.
This was also a very good card, actually.
I feel like I've got a lot of good cards in here, but not really much, like, you know.
You've got, it's not super coherent, but there's definitely flashes of important cards of that era. So it shows that you were sort of in tune with what was good at the time.
This next card was my big surprise, okay? So when I was going through this, I was like, oh my god, why is this in this deck? I have a random Mewtwo EX.
This is a really good card as well, actually, because it powered itself up very quickly. So this was also very playable. There weren't many good basic EXs in the Ruby Sapphire era. Most of them were kind of weak, but Mewtwo got powered up quickly enough that it was actually kind of strong. Yeah,
that's sick. And I remember going through my recent years, my Fire Red binder, my Ruby Sapphire binder, and not seeing this card. I was fuming. I was like, why? Like, I guess it's in here. And I think when I was looking at it, it looked a bit clean. I'm not sure about the surfaces because there's always going to be scratches on here, but the back was like, apart from the little you know, there, it
served you well.
Yeah, it's actually really clean, so I was really thankful for that. I mean,
not bad
to say it was just in a little deck. But I was notorious for doing that. I'd always put my best card in my deck, and my mum would always shout at me. I remember Typhlosion. I was like going through my binder recently, my Neo Genesis binder, first edition, and I couldn't find the Typhlosion. And in there was like a little piece of paper that said Typhlosion on it in my old handwriting. So I took it out. I just didn't have the card. So like, I took the best card, and now it's like 6 ever to get like a PSA 10, and it's just mine's gone. Yeah, I'm giving up on the Wigglytuff, I think.
Yeah. I've given up on that. Mr. Mime is actually massive as well.
Oh, there you go. There's rolls.
That's huge. There we go. You can actually use your main attacker.
But do I have Curlier? No, I don't have Curlier. Do you need it? Oh, I've got one. There we go.
The 3-1-1 line.
Nice.
There you go.
So now you've seen the entire thing. Do you understand where I was going with this, or is this no idea?
Well, honestly, there's a lot of good themes going on in the deck. You've got a lot of big basic Pokemon and a lot of energy. So you were getting into most games, which was really important.
Okay. Nice.
I think, honestly, this era of the format was kind of plagued by basic Pokemon, mostly because of energy disruption.
Yeah.
Your deck really didn't have much energy disruption, unfortunately.
Okay.
And didn't have many draw cards. I think we saw a couple of the Bills only, really.
Yeah.
So could have done with maybe a couple more of those trainer cards.
Yeah,
but
fair enough.
Honestly, as a, child's deck, I think this is of a decent quality. I would give this like a passing grade, I think. Of
nice. I mean, it's just so nice. It's so nice to find the deck that I used to use as well. I'm sure you've kept some of yours, right? Did I hear that you keep all of your decks?
Oh yeah, pretty much. I just hoard everything.
Yeah, that's sick, man. That's sick. This to you is like, oh cool, you found an old deck, man. Well done. But to me, this is so sick. You're gonna be at the internationals, right? You're gonna commentate.
Yeah, I'll be at the EUIC.
Nice. I might take this deck with me and see if anyone wants to give me a game just for the fun of it, to see how it fares. But yeah, no, I like it, man. I was very surprised to see the Mewtwo in there, because as someone who obviously grades a lot of cards, I was like, oh my god, just a Mewtwo EX just sat in there. Which was better, Gardevoir or the Mewtwo?
Probably the Gardevoir. The Gardevoir was just very difficult for children to play around, because its damage scales on what your opponent has and does in play. So the more cards they have in hand, or the more energy they have on the board, you can sort of punish them by using this card.
Okay.
So some people just don't know how to manage their resources, especially back then.
Yeah,
so Gardevoir was really good at punishing that.
Oh, I was gonna ask also, Gardevoir EX is a good card now, right, in Scarlet and Violet?
Yes, exactly. It's the throwback, where now it's a new EX coming out in the set, and it's probably the most playable Pokemon from Scarlet and Violet. Very powerful card. It accelerates energy from the discard pile. Very strong card.
And what's your opinion on Scarlet and Violet right now? Is it you excited for the new era, or is it how's it looking?
I'm really, really excited, actually. Yeah, I'm actually more excited about the cards leaving the format, the rotating cards, because I think that opens the floodgates for more diversity.
Yeah.
I think pre-rotation, what we have right now, Lugia is kind of too strong of an archetype.
I heard this. Yeah.
Yeah, so rotation brings it down to a level where I feel like we just have a number of good decks and not any one deck sort of standing on top of the pile. So I think it's a lot better balance now.
But hopefully in a year's time, they don't just do what they did this time and just release some more, Lugia-esque cards that just take over. Yeah,
the nature of Lugia, unfortunately, means it could creep back into being stronger and stronger as more sets get printed, because it's all about special energy recovery.
Okay.
So the more of those that get printed, the more versatile Lugia just becomes.
Yeah.
But for now, at least, it's been brought down a peg or two, and it's a bit of a difficult deck to play now.
Yeah, makes sense. Well, thanks for joining me here today. I appreciate that. It was a nice little insight. And hopefully, if you get any time during the commentary at the internationals, we'll have to see if we can meet up and have a game or just chat or open some packs or something. And guys, make sure you check out Joe's channel, Omnipoke. You're posting there all the time right now, like regular uploads I see.
Almost daily, yeah.
That's sick, that's sick. And I saw you do a new style as well, new editing style.
Doing some editing, yeah. Dipping my toe in it. It's not something I've ever done before, even though I've been doing content for 8 years. So hopefully it's going to help some beginners.
Yeah. Well, anyway, thank you so much for this. I appreciate it. And yeah, I'm excited. I'm probably going to grade a couple of these, so I'll let you know what they get as well. But I'm going to take it to the internationals first, which will probably knock the grade down a few, but it's okay. It's all part of the game. But no, I appreciate it. Thank you. That was Joe, guys. Thank you so much, Joe, for joining me today. I really do appreciate that. Make sure you guys go and check out his channel, Omnipoke, down below. He puts videos out almost every day, every other day, like he said. Some great knowledge for the TCG and a great guy in general. So make sure you guys go and check the channel out. And yeah, as you can see, this deck's pretty good, but I was surprised by finding... Oh, sorry, guys. I didn't change the camera. Hold on. I was surprised at finding like cards like this Mewtwo right here. Obviously, as someone who loves to collect and grade, I was like so shocked when I saw this God of War and a Mewtwo. I mean, this Mewtwo in Gem Mint 10 can fetch a pretty penny. Obviously, you saw me show the condition a little bit in the video with Joe, but I'm going to go into a bit more detail here. Like, that is clean. I mean, look at the hollow foil there. I'm thinking the scratches might be present, or there might be some scratches present. Yeah, you see right here down below. This was kind of common with the E series, the E-reader cards. Yeah, that's going to actually play a part in the grade. But then also on the back, I mean, look how minty that is. I mean, look, we do have a nick up there. I'm not saying it's perfect. I'm not saying it's perfect. Is it 10 worthy? Probably not from the scratch on the front. Could get a 10 with just that little defect, but look how, like, the corners are near perfect, man. I'm really interested to see what that would get. I mean, Ace grade very fairly, but they're very thorough. Like, they find everything on a card. That's why they have the grading report. So they find everything, absolutely everything. Let's check the God of War out. So I'm actually going to grade these. I will grade these with Ace. I was going to take them to internationals in London soon to actually play in a deck with them. I still might do that. Okay, the God of War is not as good. You can see the corner damage there or the corner nick. Maybe I won't send this one in. But I thought it was really nice to actually grade these and keep them in an Ace slab and then just keep them forever. You know, it's like an actual really prized piece of my collection then. Because not only is it a card from my childhood, it's a card that I was playing with in my childhood, you know? So yeah, absolutely crazy to find this. I was so excited when I saw it. There's some other cool hollows as well. The chances look really, really cool there. The base set 2 hollow patterns are just so nice. When you see them on the light and together like that, it just looks so cool. But as Joe was saying, theme decks, so that's probably why they are a bit, you know, worse for wear. But regardless, guys, thank you for watching the video today. I really do appreciate it. Don't forget to leave a like on the video, comment down below, and subscribe to the channel as well. And most importantly, go and check out the Omnipoke channel. That's it from me today. See you next time, and peace.